Welcome to Whiteville High School and the FOCUS Broadband Game of the Week, coming to you live from Columbus County this week as the visiting West Columbus Vikings have traveled across the county to take on the Whiteville Wolfpack. A big crowd, an early arriving crowd at Whiteville High School this week as the 4-1 Wolfpack host the 1-3 West Columbus Vikings. I'm Sam Hickman, joined as always by the best in the business, Mr. Jay Combs. Jay, our first time seeing Whiteville this year, and we expect it to be a big treat. This is a good Whiteville football team. Yeah. Surprise, surprise.
Surprise, surprise. Yeah. Year in, year out, they're among the top teams certainly in the area, and sometimes even further than that. They're coached by J.P. Price. They are 4-1 overall, 1-0 in the conference. They average 39 points a game, and they give up under 10 points per contest at 9.7. They come into tonight's game on a 2-game winning streak. During the season, they defeated Bunn, West Brunswick, Clinton, and most recently Trask. Their only loss this year, 21-20 in overtime against undefeated James Keenan, who is always a power in high school football.
Jay Bird, West Columbus, a little bit down this year, but Jay, I think it's important to mention this is not a program that's perennially down. Just last year, these two teams played a thriller. West Columbus won that game, and I know that game ended in funky fashion, right?
Yeah, it did. The last play of the game, Tristan Freeman for West Columbus blocked a field goal attempt, and he returned it 80 yards for a touchdown and a West Columbus victory. But this year's Vikings are in a rebuild for sure, as you see the Wolfpack of Whiteville High School coming onto the field. I'm sorry, I was just going to say, and there on the other side of the field is the Vikings of West Columbus, Coach Lamont Williamson. They're 1-3, 0-1 on the year, having a problem scoring at 12.5 a game and having a problem defending at 41 points per game. They do have a win this season, 42-8 over West Bladen. Their losses were to Lake Norman, St. Paul's, and Trask. Now, interestingly, Sam, both of these teams have played Trask with entirely different results. West Columbus lost 52-0. Whiteville won 54-0. So draw your own conclusions, but it's best to just play these things out on the field and see what happens. The ball bounces funny every game.
Jay, I got to tell you, that orange smoke that Whiteville runs out of is pretty cool looking. That was one of the cooler entrances we've seen in high school football this season.
Yeah, you can
pretty
still
neat.
See.
Yeah, Jay, the problem is there's probably going to be a 5-minute delay in kickoff while we wait for this orange smoke to clear.
Yeah, the poor band don't even know where they're going, right? They're trying to get off the field. West Columbus out there wants to kick. And the Wolfpack want to return, but unless this is a 90-yard kickoff return, wouldn't that be something? Through the smoke,
man, how
and
neat.
Into the end zone, that would be neat.
How neat. Jay, something else neat. Whiteville head coach J.P. Price has a familiar face on his staff these days with his dad. Very, very successful high school football coach for many years at South Columbus, Wallows Rose Hill. Then down in South Carolina briefly, that's Joey Price. He's on his son's staff now, so that's really, really cool and special. Jay, guess who that was on the tackle? Ryder, the Train Haynes.
Yeah, well, one Sam's talking about already, and why not? Ryder Haynes, a senior for the Vikings of West Columbus. He plays both ways, 41 tackles, 9 for a loss, 1 interception. He rushes the ball 46 yards, 1 score, and he even caught a ball so far this season. A fine all-around football player, brought down A.J. Monroe on that kickoff.
Handoff around the right side. He's got some running room, lowers his shoulder, bulls through a defender. That was number 9. On number 9, the ball carrier, Tyshawn Lennon, brought down by Jason Keel.
Well, you're going to see a lot of running out of Whiteville here this evening. Not that number 7, Leighton McLean, cannot throw the football, but they much prefer to run.
Handoff up the middle, well defended by West Columbus. A host of Viking tacklers bring the ball carrier down for a 2-yard gain. Jay, I want you to look directly across the field at the down marker.
I'm looking.
Whiteville's got the electronic down marker, that JP Price money.
Holy moly, they got an electronic scoreboard, a big screen, and they got an electronic side marker. That's something special.
So Whiteville gets on the ball, and Leighton McLean barks a hard count, and West Columbus jumps offside. So that 2nd and 8 turns into a 2nd and 3 with the quickness.
Sam, this is a beautiful night for high school football.
I mean, really, it could not be any better.
They must have extra lights here because everything is showing up great. Hope it is for you watching at home.
Handoff up the middle. Enough running room for number 24, Nalajum Powell.
Yeah, you look for Powell to run a lot. You look for Xavier Allen to run. Powell had an 11-yard touchdown run earlier this week in that defeat of Trask.
J21, Cam McCavian is another one to look out for. This time it's a play action. He's got a man. He's wide open behind the defense. That is number 9, Tyshawn Lennon from Leighton McLean. The Wolfpack strike early, less than a couple minutes into the game, and it's Whiteville 6, West Columbus 0. And Jay Bird, the game clock is still rolling and shouldn't be, but I'm sure they'll get that fixed.
Yeah, JP Price is on the field throwing his hands in directions I didn't even know you could to get him to stop the clock. Great throw that time by McLean.
Whiteville on for the point after try. Low snap, handled well. The kick is up, and the kick is good off the fence behind the goalpost. So 2 minutes, 2 seconds into the game, Whiteville takes a 6-0 lead, and this is how.
Well,
play action fake.
Yeah, plenty of time to throw, and a complete and total breakdown in the secondary of West Columbus. And number 9, Tyshawn Lennon easily could bring that one in and kind of trot into the end zone. Sam, I'm trying to figure out who the kicker is for Whiteville. Now, I had it in my notes that it's Price Wheatley, and he's a number 34, but there's a number 33, Ramad McBride. So I'm not sure. I got to think I just got my numbers mixed up, and that might be Wheatley. The reason in Monday's victory over Trask, he was 6 for 6 in point afters, and
busy night. Busy night, 6 for 6 on extra point attempts.
For sure, and he's already got one here this evening in about 2 minutes.
There was actually 10-11 left in the first quarter when Lennon crossed the goal line, but the game clock continued to run. So lost about 13 seconds of game action there, but that's okay. Sure, we'll make it back at some point, make it up.
So defense has been an issue for West Columbus, but special teams is a way to overcome some of that deficiency. See if they can get a run back now.
Low driving kick off the hands of the return man. Now he picks it up, looking for running room, slips down, and a host of Wolfpack tacklers drag him down inside the 10-yard line. So West Columbus with its back against the wall early here in Whiteville.
Yeah, I think it was Travis Williams who was trying to pick up a few yards, but just great kickoff coverage by Whiteville. You know, is again trying to get some notes together about these two squads, and one of the things that I saw in about 3 different sources was that on defense, Whiteville only giving up 9.7 a game, but it's kind of everybody's good, right? I mean, not a one or two people that just jump off statistically speaking, jump off the page at you, but as a team, man, they hit you.
And that has become a staple, Jay Bird, in the Welcome All Conference, that Whiteville's going to play tough physical defense, right?
Absolutely. It's just, if you're going to play for J.P. Price, I'm pretty sure you're going to have to be able to tackle, and I'm pretty sure you're going to have to be able to block, the fundamentals.
Two things that Whiteville has continued to do exceptionally well through the years.
And you see a picture of the Wolfpack. Number 5 there, that's Rice Cody. He's a backup quarterback, but he had a touchdown against Trask. Got some players out there, got some big ones too. 58, one of their captains, Dante Falk, in that interior of the defensive line. 56, Davis Strickland, another good-sized defensive lineman for the Pack.
So West Columbus, 1st and 10, inside its own 10-yard line, and we got a flag on the field. Dead ball, false start against West Columbus. So, Jay, starting 1st and 10 at your own 7 made even more difficult. So half the distance to the goal is going to put the Vikings in a 1st and 13. You don't see those every day, do you?
No, you don't. This is a very, very young West Columbus team. 25 sophomores and freshmen are on the varsity roster, and a good number of them play, including their quarterback, sophomore Larry D.J. Graham, who leads them in rushing and has thrown for 250 yards.
Handoff around the left side. The ball carrier hit, stood up, drove back, still on his feet, was able to muscle his way close to the 5-yard line, got a yard, maybe 2, setting up a 2nd and 12 from about the 5-yard line.
Yeah, that might have been Sean Murchison that time, a junior, 117 yards rushing for the Vikes. Graham can throw the football, doesn't throw it that much. 23 of 55 for 248, a touchdown. Interceptions have been a problem for the young sophomore.
This time, West Columbus going to give it around the right side. He's got some running room. He's still on his feet. Finally brought down about the 18-yard line, but that's plenty enough for a West Columbus 1st down.
It looks like that may have been number 10, Jake Odom, on the tackle, and if Odom had not been able to corral the running back, he's still running.
Good play by West Columbus on 2nd and 12 there. Jay, if nothing else, to give the Vikings some breathing room.
For sure.
Another handoff. Pretty decent surge there by the offensive line. Allows the Vikings to pick up about 3 yards, setting up a 2nd and 7.
Mentioned you got some big guys for Whiteville. You got some big guys for West Columbus at number 77 at the left tackle. Another captain, Hervin Rouse, 6'3", 290.
Boy, West Columbus really intent on keeping it on the ground early. And this time, Whiteville was up for the task as they bring down the ball carrier. That was number 22, Ricardo Vasquez, who was brought down for a loss of 1, maybe 2, setting up a 3rd and 9 from the 19-yard line of the Vikings.
Yeah, Jaya Smith from his linebacker position that time really made great penetration. Just blew up that play from the start. So passing situation for the Vikes, but as you said, Sam, seemingly want to run a little more than throw, at least on this side of the field. They're going to throw it this time.
Graham rolls out. He's got a lot of running room, Jay. Makes one man miss, still on his feet. That's a 1st down and then some. DJ Graham with a nice run on 3rd and 9, pushes the chains once again. So a good opening drive so far for West Columbus. Fresh set of downs after the 16-yard run. It's a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line of West Columbus.
Just a 10th grader is DJ Graham. And as I mentioned, he's rushed for 278 yards coming into this evening's game, 6.5 yards per carry and 3 scores. He's brought down that time by Jaden Todd from his defensive position for Whiteville.
Boy, Graham's a good-looking athlete, isn't he, partner?
Yes, he is. And they've got a number of 25 sophomores and freshmen that play and play a lot.
Delay a game penalty against West Columbus. So the Vikings behind the chains here. It'll be a 1st and 15 from the 30-yard line.
Christian Norton, number 23. It's a running back. Don't think he's in there right now, but he's rushed for 121 yards. Just a sophomore.
Murchison around the right side. He's got a little crease. Good finish, physical run across the 35 to the 37-yard line. A gain of 7 will set up a 2nd and 8. And Jay, West Columbus has had looked pretty good offensively thus far tonight.
Yeah, real well. And stay away from turnovers for sure, but be patient. Let those blocks set up, and they've got some backs, including Murchison, that can hurt you.
West Columbus with 2 receivers to the top of the formation. Now a man in motion. Oh, it's a low snap, Jay Bird. And Larry Graham alertly jumps on it before the Whiteville defensive line can get its hands on it. So a wasted play there for the Vikings. They lose it to about 4 yards, setting up a 3rd and 11 from the 34-yard line.
Yeah, that's all on me, Sam. I no sooner said that they haven't turned the ball over, a couple of penalties, but wow, they really, really, really got to value that football here this evening.
5 minutes and 5 seconds left in the first quarter. Graham around the left side.
Oh, great
what
tackle.
A great play by number 5, Cody Rice.
Wow. Now that is how you play football, folks. You young guys on the Shallow Pirates, you watch plays like that, young Mr. Cody Rice.
You young guys in Whiteville playing for the Central Middle School Hornets. Mr. Rice just shot that gap from his strong safety position to bring down the ball carrier. And, Jay, if you remember correctly from a couple weeks ago when we had West Columbus Trash, they had some long snapping issues on the punt team. Snap one through their own end zone for a safety. So you got to be careful here. They're kicking it to a guy who's dangerous with the ball in his hands in number 3, Will Fisher.
It might be the best all-around athlete on the field is Will Fisher.
Another delay of game penalty against the Vikings. So, boy, Will Fisher's a tall drink of water, ain't he, Jay?
Yeah, he is. I don't know how much we don't have weights on him or heights, but yeah, I agree with your observation. 57, Drake Granger punting. He's going to fake it.
Jay, it was a low snap. He's got nowhere to go. And he is driven out of bounds well shy of the line to gain. So, West Columbus, Jay, I guess it doesn't go down as a turnover, but it's a lot like one, as Whiteville will take over 1st and 10 inside the 30-yard line of the Vikings.
Yeah, I had my head down writing a note, and
it was a low snap.
Missed the low snap, but
had to field it like a ground ball, and by the time he came back up with it, there was a couple of Whiteville rushers in his face.
Yeah, Davis Strickland ran him out of bounds. Lot of
believe it was a substitution penalty
Laundry,
against.
yeah,
Too many men on the field for West Columbus. They had 12 out there.
Well,
that's one way to defend Whiteville.
You know, when you
throw
give
an extra guy out there.
You give up 41 points a game, I think you ought to get an extra defender, right, to try to help out. See if they come back to the same Xavier Allen. They do.
I believe they will.
Not this
West
time.
Columbus,
Whoa. Okay.
Nice defensive play by number 44, Sam Battle. It's all in the name, partner.
Yeah, and he got some good help that time from number 6, Ty Keys Hollingsworth. You could hear them pods popping up here.
Pods papping.
Pads popping. I don't know. Man, it's
pods papping and pads popping.
You don't realize what Sam goes through every week.
Oh, there's a big hole. Around the left side, he's still on his feet. Jay, he's going to score. Boy, speed kills, folks. And it sure did on that 27-yard touchdown run.
Powell.
From number 24, Nalajum Powell. And with 3:16 left in the opening quarter, the Wolfpack have raced out to a 13-0 lead.
Yeah, that was good execution at the point of attack, and then Powell did the rest. Once he gets outside, he can run from you. Price Wheatley on for the extra point. Cody Rice with the hole.
Kick is up, kick is good, and Whiteville 3:16 left in the first quarter takes a 14-0 lead. Yeah, Jay, watch Powell once he gets to the edge here. There's just no stopping this train.
Yeah, the missed tackle, then some good blocking downfield by number 4, Caleb Johnson, and number 59 at the line of scrimmage, Eli Hill helped free Powell that time, and again, he knows what to do when he gets some daylight. There's a look at the cheerleaders who have been extremely active here early for Whiteville High School. Great shots by our ladies up top, Taryn and Angela. And pretty good produced and directed by one and only Mr. Nathan Evers. Jay and Sam, I'm not so much sure about us. So Wheatley back to kick off. And kicks it where they ain't.
Low driving kick across the goal line for a touchback. So West Columbus will start its second drive. 1st and 10 at its own 20-yard line. Jay, let me ask you this. If you could get a high school football season of 15 games and the weather was just like this all 15 nights, you'd sign up for it right now, wouldn't you?
For sure. This is just a beautiful night in Columbus County, city of Whiteville. And tell you what, it's just a nice, you can't see right now. I'm sure we'll get a shot of it sometime this evening, but they have a Jumbotron scoreboard, and it just kind of makes it look a little bit like Texas high school football, maybe, but it's really pretty.
And Jay, something about this setting, they share a field with the baseball team. Jay's got a man down the field. Oh man, he had a big play. And the receiver couldn't hang on to the pass, which was a perfect one from Laird. Man, Graham is good.
He's good.
He's a good player.
And just a sophomore, he's just going to only get better. And I'll tell you what, Santonio Vereen, who is a sophomore as well, leads. No, he doesn't. He's number 2 in receptions with 4 catches for 60 yards. And he came wide open there. I bet you, 10 times he won't drop any more in the next 9.
Second and 10 for the Vikings from their own 20-yard line. Graham drops back. White will drop an 8 in the coverage. Graham rolls out to his left. Oh, man, he took a big hit from Big Fit. That's Falk, isn't it, Jay Bird? 56?
Number 56 is, no, that's Davis Strickland.
Oh, Davis Strickland.
Yeah,
Sorry,
58
folks.
is Falk.
58
They
is
look
Falk.
a lot alike, and let me tell you, sometimes, a lot of times, if you're the quarterback, you want to have eyes in the back of your head, and maybe that's what it would have taken for Graham to avoid that hit.
Man, that was a big hit. Big hit from behind and a Whiteville sack. Talk about behind the chains. A 3rd and 17 coming up here for the Vikings of West Columbus as we approach the 2-minute mark here in the first quarter.
Oh.
That was Falk. That was Falk.
Wow.
Ooh.
Goodness sakes.
Jay, you know what term I use with my baseball kids all the time?
What?
Good night, nurse.
Good night, nurse. I taught you one thing in all these years. That's
good. Good night, nurse.
And I'm going to use, as we watch it again.
Ooh. Oh, man.
Bang.
And pummeled the offensive lineman out of the way, and then.
That's a strong young man.
Good night, nurse, the running back.
And he almost put him to sleep. I'm glad he didn't. And that was, as you like to call him sometimes, he just got stoned.
Stoned is right. Oh, Jay.
Oh.
And they punted it, kind of a ground ball punt.
Wow.
Oh, he's going to run it back. No, almost. Inside the 10-yard line to about the 7. And Whiteville going to start another possession deep in West Columbus territory.
Yeah, no chance to kick that ball. It was another low snap and booted it right into the middle of the line. And it was Cam McKevian, who collected the loose ball. And earlier this week against Trask, Cam scored 3 touchdowns. 2 of them were on runs, and 1 of them was on a fumble recovery. So he knows what to do with those loose footballs out there.
1st and goal, run around the right side, a race to the pylon, touchdown. Number 9, Tyshawn Lennon, his 2nd score of the night, and it's a 20-0 Wolfpack lead. 41 seconds left in the first quarter, and it's all Wolfpack here in Whiteville.
Yeah, and that one was a little bit too easy. Not a white shirt around him. Credit that good blocking, and credit Lennon, who can get up that field pretty quick. PAT is good. 3 for 3 for Price Wheatley, and 2nd touchdown of the game for Lennon, and a 21-0 Wolfpack lead with, as Sam said, just 41 seconds to go here in the opening quarter. There you see the Wolfpack. It's J.P. Price there on the left, giving some instructions to his specialty team, kick coverage team. Think he's not into this game, Sam?
He always is. Jay, there's just no 2 ways around it. This one is a lopsided affair. On paper.
Well,
and so far on the field.
And on the field, too, so far. That's why I'm looking for maybe for West Columbus, maybe a special teams play to give them good field position, and better yet, run it all the way back. Got a chance this time.
Touchback once again. So another West Columbus possession. Another one begins deep in Viking territory.
Yeah, Jalick Ward was the returner, but ball took a kind of a wide hop that time. Ward fortunately did not touch the ball, and so the Vikes will take over at their 20-yard line. Tell you what, I don't know if they're going to throw, but they sure look they are. Nobody in the backfield. Well, here comes somebody.
1st and 10 from the West Columbus 20. Graham looking for some running room. He's got some. He's still on his feet.
Wow.
Finally wrestled down about the 38, and he lost his helmet, so he'll have to come off the field for a play.
Davis Strickland chased him down and ended up knocking his helmet off to boot, but doesn't negate a fine run by DJ Graham. So
no, 18 yards on the scamper.
Trying to see who's going to take this snap.
I'm thinking it's a Wildcat to Ryder the Train Haynes.
Number 1 is Ryder Haynes, and
he did not wear number 1 2 weeks ago.
He had a different number, I think.
It was like 24 or 22 or something to that effect. He lowers his shoulder out to the 40-yard line, a gain of 2 yards. It'll be 2nd and 8. And that will also be the final play of the first quarter of your FOCUS Broadband Game of the Week. From Columbus County this week, it's Whiteville 21, West Columbus 0. We'll be right back for the start of the second frame.
Man.
And we're back for the start of the second quarter. West Columbus facing a 2nd and 8 from its own 40-yard line. The Vikings have had a few bright spots from sophomore quarterback DJ Graham in particular. A couple nice runs, a couple nice throws. See if the Vikings can get something going offensively. That one he just flings out of bounds in the direction of Whiteville assistant coach Joey Price, who couldn't hang on to the catch, and it'll set up a 3rd and 8.
I was trying to see how many Whiteville rushed that time, because that was as much a coverage sack as anything else. And it looked like maybe they only rushed 3. Now, they were all back there, but so 2nd down and 9, 3rd down and 9. Yeah, got to get somebody up on that line. There you go.
Shotgun snap. Graham surveying the field. Oh, post corner. Very nearly picked off. Then very nearly caught. Then very nearly picked off again. It was number 10, Jake Odom, who I believe had a shot at it at the very end, but could not corral it, and it will bring on the West Columbus punt team.
Well, I'll tell you what, I salute Graham for hanging in there and delivering. That one wasn't very far off, but it looks to me, Sam, like Graham throws a very catchable ball. It looks really, really soft. Look at all the time he's got. And they were very fortunate to avoid an interception that time. Tyshawn Lennon first, and Odom second. Got another flag.
Penalty against West Columbus, I believe a false start penalty, so that'll back the Vikings up 5 yards and push them into a 4th and 13 circumstance.
Looks like number 23, Norton, back to punt. See if they can get a good snap this time and returner for Whiteville, only 20 yards away.
Another low line drive punt. This one did get past the line of scrimmage, down at the 43-yard line, punt of about 24 yards. And the Whiteville offense will come back onto the field with 11:23 left before halftime. Wolfpack with a 21-point lead.
Pretty much had it their own way in the first quarter. I believe 3 possessions, 3 scores. I don't think they punted in the first quarter.
No, they didn't. I believe Whiteville, if I'm not mistaken, has only run 4 offensive plays.
Not a lot.
That's going to be offside penalty against West Columbus. So it'll be a 1st and 5 for Whiteville.
Well, West Columbus has had a number of before the snap penalties here this evening that certainly have not in any way, shape helped their cause.
Oh, quarterback got hit. Jay, it's going to be a rough in the passer penalty.
Yeah, he got blew up by Sam Battle.
McLean took a shot right in the face mask, and I believe it's going to be some helmet-to-helmet contact there on Battle.
Yeah, that was Sam Battle from his defensive position, and he just blew up number 7, Leighton McLean. McLean, tell you what, popped right back up, though. Give him credit.
Fisher almost made an incredible acrobatic catch.
Yeah, Will's, as I said earlier, could very well be as good an athlete that is out on the field this evening. And I've seen, we've seen, and hope you've seen at home, some very fine athletes on both teams.
Whiteville going to keep it on the ground. What a hole that is. All kinds of running room. He's trying to stay on his feet, but he's tripped up at around the 5-yard line. That is number 2, Xavier Allen. The X-Man nearly takes it to the house.
Wow.
But he's marked down at the 4, where it'll be 1st and goal for the Pack.
Well, I tell you what, too bad we don't have Big Mike with us here this evening to give us some of his expert analysis on the offensive line play, because there was a huge hole that time.
Jay, I believe he got enough across the goal line. Touchdown, number 24, Nalajum Powell. 10:34 left before halftime, and man, we got all kinds of flags flying here by the goal line as the referees come in and have to separate a few players.
Second score of the night for Powell. I think it may have been something going on after the score.
Yeah, and it was Battle and Xavier Allen, two who were involved in the post-play extracurriculars.
Just a guess on my part, but Xavier Allen probably didn't take too kindly to Battle's blow-up of his quarterback. It was legal. It just hurt. Maybe we'll take another look at it and see if we can figure out what's going. Handoff, hole, and then just kind of bumping around down there. So, or maybe some things were said in the heat of battle, Sam. I've heard words like that. Still waiting on a signal. It's like maybe it's on Whiteville. It is on Whiteville. Now they're over talking to West Columbus coach Lamont Williamson. Well, Sam, where's this one coming from?
I think they'll enforce it on the kickoff.
Oh, okay. So Wheatley on for his 4th attempt of the game.
Kick is up. And the kick is good. So 4 for 4 and point after tries for Whiteville tonight. And it is a 28-0 lead with 10:34 left before halftime.
Well, there's some sidelines of the Whiteville Wolfpack. Pretty much a dominant performance by the team who, believe it or not, in the 1A, 2A Waccamaw Conference is in second place with a 1-0 record in the conference. They trail South Columbus, who is 2-0, 5-1 on the year. You know, it's probably the surprise team of the season. You could probably make an argument for is South Columbus.
See other area games tonight. We've got Ashley and New Hanover, Hoggard at West Brunswick, Laney hosting South Brunswick, North Brunswick at Topsail tonight. That's an interesting one.
And the Waccamaw Conference, Pender is at East Bladen. The winner of that game is going to likely get the 1A playoff spot out of the conference. East Columbus at South Columbus. South at 5-1, the surprise team of the first half. Rush Blackwell and Briar Johnson have combined for over 1,000 yards rushing for Russell Dove Stallions. So a lot of action going on around the area this evening. Now you got a chance. There you go.
Oh, he's got
some
running room.
Oh, good hit.
A good tackle.
Holy moly.
Kicker saved a touchdown.
When a kicker makes the tackle, and the kicker in this case is Price Wheatley, who's a perfect 4 for 4 for PATs this evening, but that's just a great tackle at about, inside midfield. Had he missed, I think West Columbus is on the board. Let's watch it again. Who's returning? Sam, number 33, which would be Jalick Ward. And looky there.
All the way to the 43-yard line. And remember, Whiteville had to kick that ball off from 15 yards behind its normal spot after the penalty. And West Columbus has just called its third and final timeout of the first half.
When you're the last tackler that is between the ball carrier and the end zone, you better be good.
So, Jay, what are the messages, maybe the most important message we've been sharing with the young kids that we coach on Saturday mornings is if you're that last line of defense, scratch, claw, hold, kick, grab, lay down on the train, do whatever you got to do from allowing your opponent to score a touchdown, because you're our last hope.
I wish you'd been my coach in high school. There were 15 seconds left in a nothing game in the first half, and I decided we were about at the 50. I decided I'm going to throw. I couldn't throw if we were on the goal line. So I heaved this pass. Their middle linebacker intercepts it. And it's me and him. And guess who won? Him.
You.
I still got cleat marks on my face from where this guy.
Did he score?
Yeah, he scored, and we
no.
lost the game 6-0.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's me.
DJ Graham would have brought him down. Look at him run. DJ Graham rolls out. He's got a man. Good pitch, good catch. First down, West Columbus.
Aiden Scott with the catch, but the great play is by quarterback Graham.
I know it has been tough sledding for West Columbus. I know these first 14 minutes have been incredibly one-sided. Make no mistake, DJ Graham can play.
He can play.
He can play. He could start at quarterback for a
lot
of
schools.
area teams.
Yeah, and there's other young players on this Viking squad that are just like him. And they're going to take some lumps this season. They're clearly taking some lumps here in the opening half tonight. But next year, good block.
Oh, boy. Oh, he's got a man in the middle of the field. Good throw. Oh, what a great
Nice
tackle.
tackle.
Is that now, pal?
That's
that's a
Lennon.
Lennon.
Yeah, that's
What a great job creating time. And, Jay, I think West Columbus might be best served just to snap it back there to Graham and let him improvise.
And let him make plays.
He's making things happen.
That was a fine block by, and I wish I could pick up these numbers a little bit. One of the offensive linemen, 55, I want to say Wyatt Powell that time.
2nd and 2 for the Vikings from near the 20-yard line. Graham lofts a pass, got a man, it's caught. First down and then some to the 13-yard line, and another Viking first down. Jay, he's got great touch on his passes.
He does.
He knows when to throw the bullets. He knows when to take some off. He knows when to loft it over a defender's head. He's just he seems to have a really good handle on the quarterback position.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say earlier on when he, threw a pass that probably should have been intercepted. But all of his passes look very catchable, soft, and accurate.
Look at this formation, Jay Bird. 4 receivers to the top. Oh, now a man's in motion. Graham escapes pressure, fakes the pass, stays on his feet, and he's dropped at the 10-yard line, but not before a gain of 3 yards, setting up a 2nd and 7, maybe 2nd and 6. I don't know why, Jay Bird, but I think that electronic down marker is about the coolest thing I've seen.
It is pretty neat, isn't it? That was Jaya Smith on the stop, number 16 for Whiteville. And he did a pretty good job because in space, Graham is a tough dude.
Second and 6, we'll call it. Ball just inside the 10. Boy, Whitewell had a guy blitzing off the edge. Graham rolls out to his left, looking for somebody to throw to. Ball's on the ground, partner. He might score. If it's a fumble, he might score.
That's 21, Cam McKevian, who scored.
Jay, is that back-to-back weeks with a fumble recovery, return for a touchdown?
Back-to-back games in this week. They played Monday night against Trask. How many yards was that, Sam?
Jay, it was about 85 yards.
Wow.
And Jay will have to get another look at it. I thought it might be ruled an incomplete pass, but Graham must have. It must have been a pump fake.
We might get another look at it, but the officials won't.
Man, looked like West Columbus might trim into that lead and get it to 28-7, and instead it's an 85-yard touchdown going the other way. And, Jay, now they are meeting and talking about it.
That's a play that this year DJ Graham will make. Next year, I bet you with, a whole year of experience, he'll know not to try to make something that's absolutely not there.
Or toss that ball out of bounds.
Or throw it out of bounds, yeah. And he was under a lot of pressure, blown out of the pocket, and still almost made a play.
Jay, let's
see.
Jay, I think they're walking it back.
Are they? Okay.
I think they're walking it back and calling it an incomplete pass.
Well, if they do, that's a good break for West Columbus, because I think he brought the ball back in, and that's when it got knocked out, I think. But
J.P. Price out near the midfield logo.
Apparently J.P. agrees with me on that. Yeah, not happy. He's still out there grousing about that one.
So, Jay, there was also a holding penalty against West Columbus on the play. So
wow.
The incomplete pass won't even stand. They'll take the penalty, mark it off 10 yards. And, man, J.P. Price was animated. Boy, oh, boy. This will be fun. It's the white hat waltz over for a conversation.
You folks at home, be the judge. Maybe he was.
It was tough.
Yeah, that's a tough call.
Oh man. Graham thought about throwing it. Now he's going to take off and run with it. He's still on his feet inside the 15 to about the 13-yard line. Maybe gets back to the original line of scrimmage where it'll be 3rd and 10.
Camden Butler on the stop that time. Going to have to come off because he lost his helmet. Yeah, that was an extremely...
we saw it on our monitor here, Jay. He went to throw it and then clearly decided to tuck it.
And
as he was pulling it back, he was hit and it popped out.
Yeah.
And remember, they don't have the luxury of looking back at it. That's in real time, happening real fast. I just thought they'd lean toward letting the call on the field stand and nope, they brought him all the way back.
Boy, did he catch it?
No, it hit the turf. And it's going to be it's going to be a holding penalty against West Columbus.
That's
probably decline this and take the 4th and 10, I would imagine.
Well, let's see.
Nope. Coach Price is going to back him up.
The intended receiver that time for West Columbus was Zaylon Freeman. The reason I bring it up, he's just a freshman. So, again, we reiterate how many young people are playing on the varsity this year for West Columbus. They lost a whole mob of veteran, experienced players from last year's squad that defeated these very same Whiteville Wolfpack.
So 4th and 10, Jay, we're from just inside the 15-yard line. Fought with the bull rush, created some traffic up the middle. Graham's just going to have to heave it up. He doesn't even get a chance to do that. Sats back at the 20-yard line. And, Jay, that's probably a good lesson for the young quarterback. On a 4th and 10 play, even if you don't see anyone as pressure's bearing down, just throw it up. Maybe you get a pass interference or a tip ball you catch. But going down to the ground gives the Vikings no chance of converting, and Whiteville takes over 1st and 10 at its own 21.
I'll tell you what, the Wolfpack secondary doing a great job here this evening.
Another big run by the Wolfpack, and he runs out of bounds after
Cody Rice
17-yard gain. Sorry, Jay.
So Cody Rice taking snaps now for Whiteville at quarterback position.
Well, Leighton McLean had a short night, didn't he? 1 for 1 for 55 yards and a touchdown.
Tell you what.
Good night. Jake Holmes stat line.
Efficient.
Yeah, to say the least.
Yeah, I'm hoping McLean's okay.
Oh, he did take a big hit on that last drive, didn't he?
Wow. Well,
I mean, Jay, it looks like that play's well defended and good tackling by the West Columbus defense, and look what they got. I mean, it was a 6-yard gain. That wing T will just beat you to death, won't it?
Just eat you up. Sam Battle in on the stop that time, but not before the 6-yard pickup.
2nd and 4 for the Wolfpack. High snap. And a good job by the West Columbus defense that time, stacking up the ball carrier.
That's Powell, the runner, but
1 yard.
Rice rode that belly just a little bit too long. Maybe he would have been well advised to pull it out and try to make some yardage himself. Still 3rd and very makeable situation for Whiteville.
4 minutes, 45 seconds left before halftime. Whiteville with some wholesale changes. before this third down snap. Play clock down to 10. Handoff up the middle. He's got a lot of running room, folks. That is McKeevian. He's going to score. Touchdown, 55 yards from Cam McKeevian. And the Wolfpack have raced out to a 34-0 lead. Still 4.5 minutes left before intermission.
Well, 185-yard fumble recovery, but a 55-yard touchdown run looks pretty good for McKeevian, and it looks pretty good for Whiteville on that scoreboard. 34 going for 35 on the point after.
Ooh. Jay, what do you think about this football/baseball field combo? You think it works here at Legion Stadium?
I do. It just looks great. It's certainly working for Whiteville, I can tell you that.
Check out that scoreboard. 35-0 there.
Looky there,
Man,
Sam.
that's what we're looking at, folks.
So
Henry Traylor, MD scoreboard. Formerly James B. Hickman scoreboard at Whiteville High School.
I don't know how many schools in the area that we cover. I believe Hoggard has a scoreboard similar to that. I don't know if anyone else does, but wow, what an addition! Boy, they being Whiteville, and I know they're kind of just running over a determined, but probably not quite there yet, West Columbus team here this evening. But man,
undermanned.
It's a machine. And what, one pass thrown, I believe, and that was for a touchdown. So, Price Wheatley on to kick for, I guess, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sixth time this evening. And Whiteville's going to get the ball to start the second half. Kind of bouncing, staying, and oh, wow, just went out of bounds. That was dangerous.
Jay, here's a football question for you. What is the actual penalty called when you kick it out of bounds? Do you know?
Illegal procedure.
Oh, that's what I was going to guess.
I think.
That's what I was going to guess.
I don't know if they.
You know what Sam calls it? Kickoff out of bounds.
Kickoff out of, works for me.
Ball's moved to the 35-yard line.
Works for me. What do you think? Have we had you? I think we did talk about it. This thing they're doing now in the NFL, the kickoff.
The
box.
dynamic kickoff. Wow. That's what they call it.
You think it's? I don't know.
I can't stand it.
I'm not getting.
It's just so weird visually after watching something a certain way for 37 years, and all of a sudden, because Jay, when they kick it and the ball's in the air, nobody's moving. They just stand there and look at each other. Well, it's the weirdest thing.
If they're gonna, I think they should just not even kick it and put it on the whatever yard
20
line.
or to 25 or
speed
whatever.
Things up, right?
Expedite in NFL games.
Let's see if Graham can expedite something here for the Vikings.
No, boy.
Man. He's tough.
He's still fighting for yardage, isn't he? So, Jay, usually a bad sign for the offense when your quarterback's running for his life and you got one of your offensive linemen walking 6 yards away trying to find his helmet.
Not a good sign, generally.
Usually not a positive sign.
Not a good way to make friends out there, that's for sure. I mean, but there's no one open for the kid to throw to. He may be, as you said earlier, Sam, better served with just running without being chased.
Shotgun snap, Falk in his face. Graham makes him miss. Trying to make another guy miss. That ball's out, Jay Bird.
And oh, wow. Is Graham hurt?
Oh, he was ruled down. So the result of the play is a sack, and Graham is still on the turf. banged up, so we're going to have an injury timeout, hopefully a brief injury timeout.
Well, he rolled over on his own, so that's a good sign. They're helping him up now, but holy moly, he has been under constant pressure, taking a lot of hits here in the first half tonight. Hopefully he can shake it off, and we'll be back in here for West Columbus. Whiteville in the blue shirts closest to you on your screen, and the white shirted and light blue West Columbus Vikings going left to right. And who's in?
Looks like 15, maybe 16
15,
in at quarterback.
So 15 would be Aiden Scott.
I believe that's him.
I do not have a 16, but it's not the train. We know that.
Aiden's just going to let it rip. Kind of a punt there, picked off. And, Jay, all things considered, not the worst-case scenario for West Columbus. That was longer than any punt they were going to get off on fourth down, so not the worst result in the world for the Vikings.
That's right, considering, they haven't been too successful punting the ball tonight, but credit Caleb Johnson with the INT. By the by, second interception for Johnson this week. The one earlier against Trask, 60 yards for a score.
Wow,
he's had
Caleb
a pretty good week.
Jay with the pick six.
Going to see it again.
And Jay played it well.
Lofted up. And I like what you said, Sam. Probably better than a punt.
And, Jay, if I'm not mistaken, that's Mr. Leighton McLean back in at quarterback for the Wolfpack.
That's a good sign, too.
So he's at least going to get one more drive, as this one getting kind of lopsided in the first half, 35-0. We do have running clock rules if the deficit's at 42 points or greater. Jay, I just don't know if the run clock applies in the first half. I think it does.
I'm not sure.
There's Will Fisher, his first catch of the night, makes one man miss, makes another man miss, and another man miss, another man miss, and he's finally down at the 40-yard line. A gain of 10, 26 yards. 26 yards for number 3, Will Fisher. Jay's just kind of quietly pretty dynamic with the ball in his hands.
Yeah, he is.
What was Tim Howard of Coastal Prep's line? He said 3 sports standout. Will Fisher will be the best athlete on the field. He seems to catch a touchdown pass every game.
He did earlier this week against Trask. And for a moment there, I thought he had that one for a touchdown. Yeah, he's a really good athlete on a team that doesn't throw very much. When they decide to throw, what a weapon is Will Fisher. They got a flag against the Pack for something.
Substitution penalty.
Okay. So that's going to cost them 5. That, I don't know if we can see that on. Yeah, maybe we can. The yard marker is electronic.
Laney and South Brunswick's football game has been postponed, Jay Bird, until Monday. I wonder what that's about. What a run.
That's Powell, and boy, he's just good. He's just really good. What's he got tonight? He's got 1 touchdown, two running touchdowns. Had one earlier against Trask. So Laney and who?
South Brunswick.
Postponed. Do you know if it was at South or at Laney? I think it's probably at Laney.
It was a Laney game.
Okay.
Indeed.
Wow. Maybe they couldn't get out of Southport.
There's a wide receiver screen to Will Fisher looking for running room.
Look at that.
Jay,
Look at that. Look at that.
I mean, not even close to being stopped. Oh, it's coming back, Jay Byrne. It's coming back. It's a holding penalty against Whiteville. Is going to nullify the Will Fisher touchdown. The flag is laying down around the 7-yard line. So about the first 15 yards of that play will count. Then they'll walk it back from there. It's going to be one of those weird, like, 1st and 4s, I think.
Well, tough break for Will because he was looking to, as
extend his touchdown streak?
Yeah, as Tim on Coastal Preps was saying, he seems like he's good for a touchdown catch every week. That was it, but comes back due to the penalty. Hang on. Hang on, Snoopy.
Boy, Jay, update. Ashley New Hanover, 14-14 at halftime. Didn't Ashley knock off the Wildcats a year ago?
Ashley is pretty darn good this year.
2nd and 9. Wheel route wide open. Touchdown. How about an interception followed by a touchdown catch by Mr. Caleb Johnson?
How many yards was that one, Sam?
17 yards.
Wow.
Jay, here we go. 1:18 left before halftime, and it is a 41-0 Wolfpack lead.
Wheatley makes this kick. It'll be the 42-point advantage.
Kick is up. Kick is good. It is 42-0. Wolfpack. Jay, here's another look at the touchdown pass.
Wow. Plenty of time to throw. Finds his open receiver, and the rest is history. There's the happy Wolfpack cheerleading squad. A lot to be cheering about tonight. Go Wolfpack! Can hear them way up here, and it matches up perfectly with that fancy, great-looking scoreboard. So Wheatley, 7th kickoff here, and we're still in the second quarter with 1:18 to go.
High end over end kick fielded cleanly by the Vikings. Looking for running room, and he's got very little. Body slam to the turf inside the West Columbus 20.
16th, Jaya Smith leading a host of Whiteville tacklers special teams kick team. So, I believe, I don't see the clock moving, so I think that may take effect in the second half, Sam. Which gives West Columbus a minute 12 to try to get some points on the board to avoid the running clock. Let's see what they can do.
Graham's still not back in, partner. I hope he's okay.
Yeah, that's Scott, a freshman, by the way.
Man.
A freshman replacing an injured sophomore.
Game clock continues to tick under the 42nd mark. It's 42-0 Whiteville lead as we're about 35 seconds away from the halftime break.
Wow. It's smart Smart play by the freshman that time. Nobody open, getting pressure from 3 different players. Throw it out of bounds, live for another day.
You know, one of the problems is, Jay Bird, if you throw another incomplete pass, it stops the clock and you got to punt it. Thought they might be content just running it and taking it to the halftime break here.
Punting has not been their friend here this evening. They're being the Vikings from West Columbus. I would think this would be a run
and hope Whiteville doesn't call a timeout.
Timeout, yeah, because they apparently got a kicker here at Whiteville this year and doing really well, Price Wheatley.
Yep, the Wolfpack are going to be content just taking this one to the halftime break. So after 24 minutes of game action, it's the host Whiteville Wolfpack leading big over the visitors, the West Columbus Vikings. It's Whiteville 42, West Columbus 0 at halftime on your FOCUS Broadband Game of the Week. We'll be back with the second half. And we're back for the start of the second half between the Whiteville Wolfpack and the West Columbus Vikings. Jay Bird, it was all Whiteville in the first half.
Yeah, for sure. And a little bit of everything. A pass touchdown for the Wolfpack, a notoriously great running team. And how many running touchdowns? Powell had 27, Lennon had 9, Powell had 4, McKeevian had 55, and then there was another passing touchdown, right?
Yeah, to
Johnson
at the end of the first half.
So it was six touchdowns, 6 extra points, which totals to 42. And Sam, explain the concept of the running clock.
Well, we're going to wait and see if we even get it, Jay Bird, before we dive into it. High and over in kickoff, fielded not cleanly by West Columbus. Now he tracks it down, looking for some running room. He's got a little bit as he weaves his way toward the 15-yard line. And Jay, the clock never ran to begin with. So it's not running, period.
So
Still says 12 minutes.
It's a no running clock, huh?
Now let's see if it keeps on trucking with the 42-point lead.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the 14-yard line.
So 1st and 10 from what? He said a 14, I believe.
Yep, and Jay, okay, folks, so if the deficit is 42 points or greater, the game clock continues to run. It will only stop for timeouts, injuries. Incomplete passes, penalties, none of that matters. Jay.
And it doesn't stop for scores.
That's right. Really sad to say that DJ Graham is not back in the game.
Well,
so there's an incomplete pass.
And normally the clock would stop here, but you see on your screen it's continuing to run. Hopefully that the young sophomore quarterback, DJ Graham, who's got a pretty high ceiling, I believe, in terms of his ability, is okay. He took some rough hits in the opening half and did kind of go off under his own ability. He didn't need a lot of help to get off, but maybe, the score may be indicating as much of a reason why he's not in there as anything else.
Yeah, you don't want to lose him for any more time, will you? Oh, boy. Oh, boy, Scott running for his life. He's sacked behind the line of scrimmage around the 10-yard line, where it will be 3rd and long for the Vikings. And, Jay, you also lose his ability to escape the pressure and maybe you create a play downfield or with his legs. So really, really tough loss for the Vikings to overcome.
Yeah, when he's not in there, Sam, it's almost like 2 offensive players that you're missing, right? Your quarterback and perhaps your best running back. He's got a great ability, in a sense, to make plays with his legs. And he can throw, too. Pressure again.
Here's a deep ball, and it's picked off, I believe. No, caught. That pass is caught, Jay Bird. That was number 20. What a grab. Is that Xavier Savage?
Yeah.
Well, Savage is right.
Well,
what a grab.
And again, believe it or not, he is a 9th grader.
Jay, watch this one-on-one
Pretty
effort.
good heave, too, because he was getting hit.
I mean, just a great catch by Savage.
That'll get you playing on Saturdays and Sundays, making those kinds of catches.
Savage.
Yeah, but
just aptly named.
That'd be catch number 4 on the season.
Oh, no, Jay, they ruled it an interception.
Okay, we take it all.
It was ruled an interception.
We take it all back. Okay.
So an interception like that will get you playing on Saturdays and Sundays.
Yes, it will.
I was wondering why West Columbus had someone so deep in the backfield, and now it makes sense. It was the free safety.
So Cody Rice is continuing to play at quarterback now. I suspicion Leighton McLean's going to get a rest for the remainder of this game.
The quarter is still showing 2 on the big video board here at Whiteville, but it is correct on your screen. It is the 3rd quarter. Whiteville throws it, and a good throw, almost a great catch but number 6, Hunter Haygood, the tight end, couldn't corral it as he went to the ground. So it'll be a 3rd and 1 for the Wolfpack as the game clock continues to run.
Well, since the clock doesn't stop, normally you'd say, "Oh, don't throw," because you need to eat up time.
First down.
That's eating up something there.
And
Woo.
then some.
Jeez.
Inside the 20 to about the 16-yard line. A gain of about 19 yards and a first down.
That's Powell. Nalajin Powell, one of the premier backs, and there's a bunch of them here that run the ball for Whiteville High School.
Wow, he's still on his feet.
That's A.J. Monroe, a name you haven't called this evening, Sam, but showing, kind of making a case for him to get more carries. A couple 360s in there.
2nd and 3 after a gain of 7 yards. Whiteville trying to add on to its 42-0 lead. Man in motion, runner bounces around the left side, and he's across the goal line for a Whiteville touchdown to make the score 48-0, almost midway through the 3rd quarter. And Jay,
That's
once
Powell.
again, now Powell, touchdown Whiteville.
3rd score of the night for Powell.
Jay, I thought our producer, Nathan Evers, made a really good point at halftime about the setting here in Whiteville, North Carolina. It's just a really good North Carolina high school football venue. I mean, this is a game everybody, thought would probably be end up a lot like this. And look at the crowd that showed up here on this Friday night. It's just a great place to watch a game, and these folks support their Wolfpack.
They sure do. Certainly do, and with good reason. It's almost an annual figure that the Whiteville's going to advance to the playoffs, and some years go really, really deep. They've had some great players come through here.
Chester McLaughlin being one of those in the mid to late 80s. He was an NFL veteran of 10-plus years. Rest in peace, Chester McLaughlin.
Yogi Hickman.
That was way before the mid to late 80s. That was the early 70s.
One of the great players that came through Whiteville.
He was a player who came through Whiteville.
That's what I'm saying.
And Coach Chester. Dad was an assistant on Bill Hewitt's state championship winning Whiteville team of 1987, which was also the year I was born. Was I the Whiteville good luck charm?
I'm
not saying I was. I'm not saying I wasn't.
We should let fans at home make that determination. One of them surveys or something. Well, we got a flag on the penalty. So that.
A flag on the penalty.
A flag on. I'm sorry.
It's a running clock up here, too, folks.
Yeah, it's my head running. A flag on the penalty.
Flag on the penalty.
I sure hope Brett's not watching this.
He's getting ready for Catawba tomorrow.
They at Catawba, though, right?
Yeah, well, that wasn't supposed to be.
I know.
Boy, Jay Bird.
Those of you who are familiar, particularly here in Columbus County, Brett Hickman, Sam's brother, was a coach at West Brunswick, and a phenomenal job, and then left that to become a coach at Anderson University down in South Carolina.
Division II, brand new program.
Brand new program, and Brett, after helping to start it there the first 2 years as a coordinator and assistant, he's now been promoted to assistant head coach. Bobby Lamb, is that?
Yeah, Coach Lamb.
So good place, a phenomenal facility for a D2 school.
Coach Lamb was quite a player in his own right. He was
Paladins.
the Southern Conference Player of the Year, a National Player of the Year. Oh, that pass lofted out to the left, but nowhere to run for the receiver, and he's dropped for a loss of about 3 or 4 yards.
Yeah, that was a flag on the penalty. Nathan, you saw everything right. Penalty flag, Sam. In case you didn't know, flag on the penalty means a penalty flag.
Of course.
Okay.
Do you guys happen to remember a few years back? It took me half a season to remember that when the production or the producer was talking in my ear, I would respond to the producer.
Yeah.
Not realizing.
I just did it.
Okay, the folks couldn't hear the producer, so I was just speaking gibberish, really. Almost a safety, but he was on this side of the goal line. So, boy, all Whiteville.
Yeah, we should, one night we should try to get Nathan to be open mic night, right?
Yes. Get Nathan Evers on the broadcast.
A lot of these talk shows on radio now, sports talk shows, they'll talk to the producer. It's really
on air.
On air, kind of cool, yeah. Yeah, Kathy Lee, yeah. Yeah. And we could get Taryn and Angela should have a chance to call some plays from, their camera positions. Open mic night.
3rd and 20 for the Vikings of West Columbus, and the ball carrier's dropped as soon as he got the handoff. So it'll be a 4th and about 22, and the Vikings probably going to punt this one away, I'd assume, Jay Bird.
I think that was Malik Johnson, number 50, from his defensive position. He timed that one perfectly. Speaking of time, we are under 1 minute in the third period, and that's what running clocks do.
The penalty on the flag. Flag on the penalty.
Yeah.
Jay, I believe we're going to get a delay of game penalty before this punt as well.
Don't have much room to work with down there.
Nope, they got it off. Jay, the ball's live.
Yeah.
The punter just kind of paused and then got away West Columbus's best punt of the night.
Now,
boy, oh boy.
That's okay, Mr. Play-by-Play, how do you describe that? What's, I don't know. Did he forget?
I think he heard something, thinking it was a whistle. It was not.
Because
he just paused.
And maybe Whiteville wasn't rushing that time.
They weren't.
They weren't.
So them not moving toward him didn't give him any sense of urgency. And then when he realized it was live, he punted it away and got off a pretty decent kick.
He sure did, yeah. Probably their best punt of the night.
And that brings the third quarter to a close. Heading into the fourth, Whiteville 49, West Columbus 0 on your FOCUS Broadband Game of the Week. And we are back for the start of the fourth quarter. FOCUS Broadband Game of the Week coming to you not from the campus of Whiteville High School, Jay, but from the football field at Whiteville High School. Legion Stadium. Whiteville leading 49-0. And they're going to keep it on the ground to begin the fourth quarter and pick up about 4 yards, setting up a 2nd and 6.
Leighton McLean.
Still in the game at quarterback.
Came back in, yeah. And that's number 1 slowly getting up. That's Ryder Haynes.
So, Jay, was West Columbus off last week?
They must have been. They've only played 4 games.
So the last 3 have been, I believe, 55-0, 52-0, and tonight 49-0.
Yeah, St. Paul's and Trask, and then, this evening's kind of one-sided score. Officials are talking about something, Sam, while the clock is, okay. Clock stops down with 11:01.
Jay, I believe the issue is they forgot to switch sides. Whiteville was going this direction in the third quarter, so that Whiteville should be moving left to right on your screen.
Well,
maybe that's what they're talking about. That's a total assumption.
I'm surprised it got by both coaches. Who's that?
Wally the Wolfpack.
Hello, Wally.
I made up his name.
I know. Williford. Okay, this is a.
Can the coaches just agree to
just change it? Yeah.
There we go.
And there's a penalty on that flag, and we'll move on to.
Well, that was the longest pause we've had in the second half. Now we're rolling, folks.
But wait a minute. Look at the sticks.
Yeah, they're right now.
Oh, okay. They're good. Okay.
Nice run there by the Pack. Enough for the first down yardage. That'll move the chains. And Whiteville keeps this possession alive. It'll be a 1st and 10. Well, now the chains have to move. There we go. We are cooking with gas now, Jay Bird.
I don't think they're in favor of it, but they're reluctantly moving.
Handoff up the middle. A 5-yard gain on 1st down. Jay, what do you think about that sign across the field there, that welcome to Wolfpack country?
It's cool. Everything here is cool.
It's just a great setting.
Look at that sign. That's just a neat looking sign. Sam, as you were pointing out, the big W at midfield is done well.
Oh, he's got him by the jersey, but he didn't get him on the ground.
Threw him the wrong way.
Boy, look at him fight for yardage. What a run.
That's AJ.
Is that Monroe?
AJ Monroe.
We don't have grades on the roster, do we?
We do not, and we don't have sizes either. Now he doesn't look real big, I'll tell you that, but he's pretty tough.
It's a better job by the West Columbus defense there, flying to the ball. 11 Silver Hats to the football.
Kenyon Lloyd, a lot of new running backs on this particular possession.
So, Jay Bird, we were thinking 2 weeks ago that it would be Trask and Whiteville that were the class of this Walk-A-Mall conference. It looks like now it's going to come down to a Whiteville-South Columbus game late in the season, no?
That's the way it's headed. That's certainly the way it's headed. East Columbus at South this evening, and I think East is...
That's a procedure penalty on number 32. He didn't get lined up correctly.
East has not won a game this year, so you got to expect that South Columbus a heavy favorite in that contest. Wow.
South Columbus 49, East Columbus 0 at halftime. Same scores the game you're watching tonight, Columbus County friends.
Looks like the cream is between the Wolfpack and the Stallions. Wow. There
There's
he goes
Monroe
again. That's
around
12.
the right side, and Jay, he's in. Touchdown, Wolfpack. 7:29 left in the game. Monroe's touchdown run makes the score 55-0.
Well, A.J. Monroe, 2 determined runs on this possession, the second of which results in a touchdown and a 55-zip Wolfpack lead with new kicker out there for a number 43, which I do not have on the roster. Pretty good kicker, though.
Jay, here's another look at the touchdown run. Watch Monroe run with the rock. Well, he's in there.
You know, by this point, I think the kids from West are particularly on the defensive side. They just want to get out of here. They've been out on the field an awful long time here tonight.
Jay, how tough is it for West Columbus kids? They're going on about 170 points allowed since they last scored. That's tough.
Yeah, and look, much more experienced and smarter heads than what I got. How do you get them through this? There's still four games left in the regular season. It's a lot of football, so a lot of chances to kind of righten the ship. But you knew coming into this game tonight that Whiteville would be a prohibitive favorite, and they've certainly played like it.
The ball falls off the tee. And Whiteville will tee it up and try another kickoff. Jay, this could be just about the final possession of the game with the clock running the way it is.
Yeah, that's Ramad McBride kicking. Oh gosh,
fumbled.
Dropped the ball. I think you're going to say he was down.
They're going to say it was down, Jay. I'm not so sure.
The humane,
but it does not matter.
The humane thing to do was say he was down. Okay.
Well said.
So as you can see on the bottom of your picture, approaching the under 4, about a 4:15 mark left in this game. And I think if I were
man, I tell you,
West Columbus, I'd take my time getting these plays off right.
Yeah. Agreed, Jay Bird. I tell you, if any of our viewers, right when the second half started, took a bathroom break or something, they might have missed more than half of the second half. This thing has flown by. So we'll get our first snap of this drive at about the 3.5-minute mark. Ryder the Train Haynes on the give. Fighting for yardage. Gets about 1, maybe 2. Jay Bird, this 3.5 minutes is going to go quick. So your thoughts on Whiteville moving forward first?
Well, you know, they one blip in the year, a 1-point overtime loss to an undefeated James Keenan. Or
hardly a blip, isn't it?
Yeah, or we'd be talking about a 6-0 Whiteville squad. But look, it's Whiteville football. It ain't necessarily fancy, but it's certainly effective. They just run the ball down your throat. They gang tackle you. They do this evening an excellent chance to they've held on to the ball. They've made the most of their plays, and clearly the better team this evening. And again, we kind of expected that. A very inexperienced West Columbus squad, 25 sophomores and freshmen make up this year's West Columbus team. So they're going to take their lumps, and they've certainly taken them here tonight. But we've also seen enough of some of the individual star talent that they have on this team that are only going to get better and better. We've talked a lot about Graham, the quarterback, because he's just a 10th grader. But there's a lot of other guys out there that are young players that are going to make their mark in this conference, with Xavier Savage being one of them. Had a nice catch earlier in the game, and there's many others, but this is look. You can sugarcoat it all you want, but sometimes you get beat and sometimes you lose. Well, West just got beat tonight.
And the prospects for the West Columbus Vikings moving forward.
Youth, experience, or inexperience, which will one day turn into experience. And as I mentioned, you build around some of these key offensive players like Graham and Savage. Christian Norton, who didn't run the ball that much tonight, he's just a sophomore. Murchison, one of their better runners, is only a junior. So a lot of guys, Nazir Harry, I don't know how much we called his name out tonight, but he's a freshman. Had 6 tackles coming into this game. So Jonas Evans on the interior of that defensive line, 12 tackles, a sack, a couple for loss, and 4 hurries. So there's some youth here that are just struggling playing at this level. But these reps are something you can't do in practice. You do them in games. And you're going to have to take, the struggles with it to get where they ultimately intend to be.
So, Jay, I believe Whiteville's going to get on the ball and take one knee, and that's going to do it here for our FOCUS Broadband game of the week. It was 14-0 Whiteville advantage in the second half. The Wolfpack had a 42-0 lead at halftime. And that's going to result ultimately in a Whiteville 56-0 victory. Don't forget to join us next Friday night, October 11th, as the Topsail Pirates will travel to Boiling Spring Lakes to take on the South Brunswick Cougars. So again, next Friday, October 11th, Topsail at South Brunswick. For Jay Combs, I'm Sam Hickman. Good night from Whiteville from the entire FOCUS Broadband team, and thanks as always for joining us on the FOCUS Broadband Game of the Week.